This one goes out special to Katea. Hello, tubers. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. And thank you for watching Cooper's Thai Adventure. Today, we have a special guest with us, Mr. Tony Montana. Thank you for coming on and joining us. I spoke a lot about you on the channel, and great to have you with us finally. And before we talk with Tony, go over a couple highlights in the news that just came out this week in Thailand. First bit of news in Thailand is the 99-year land lease. It looks like it's finally going through. So the last parliament, we spoke about this a few months ago, they said they wanted to do it. That prime minister is no longer in power. Now you got Thaksin Shinawat's daughter, and she has said that she wants to bring it in force. So the 99-year land lease, no longer will you do the 30 years and 30 years and 30 years. You'll get one off the bat 99-year land lease, which is absolutely fantastic. I've been hoping and praying that one comes in effect, because people in certain areas have reached out to me and said, hey, Cooper, I live in this area, and that 30-year land lease up to 90 years is a pain in the neck, because the owner can cancel it after 30 years and not want to renew it for an additional 30. So be wary. So this whole I think that has sort of give Thailand a bit of a black eye in that respect. And they're saying, okay, we see what's going on here. It's a money grab. Guess what? We're going to change it. We're going to make it 99 years. And then that way the foreigner doesn't have to worry, and that'll cover 3 generations. So fantastic for that. So that'll cover your life, your kids' lives, and your grandchildren's lives if you choose to go that route. So I think that is great news. And it's going in front of Parliament before the end of the year, and hopefully have King's Royal Assent by the end of January, and then be in the Thai Royal Gazette probably about February, I imagine. So great news in regards to that. Other bit of news in Thailand is there is a fake 1,000 baht note going around. And basically, I'll show you what it looks like. It has the word copy on it. All right, so they printed some of these as a trial basis, because Thailand's got to, they update their notes just like everywhere in the world. Every few years they update them, and they printed some as a copy just to show out to people and get a public opinion of what they thought. Do they like it? Do they like the design? That sort of thing. Well, not all of them came back to the Royal Exchange, and this is what they look like, folks. So you see there where I've circled in red, copy, that's what you got to watch out for. So if you get one of those notes, 1,000 baht note, make sure it doesn't have that word copy in there, because if it does, guess what? It's not valid, and you can't spend it anywhere, and you can actually end up in jail. So double check your 1,000 baht notes, folks, whatever you do. Okay, so let's get started with the show. That's the end of the Thai news this week, the week that was. And let's get started on today's show. Also, Wednesday of this week, there is no live stream. I have to go to the Bangkok hospital. I have to do my A1C, which is my blood sugar test for my next set of implants. Tony, you're using Brooks' mug there.
I certainly am.
Bitcoin mug.
Yes. I don't know if my mic's on mute. It shows mute on mine. It's got a line through it. I don't know if it is.
Let's see. No, your mic is working fine.
It's working? Okay.
Yeah, it's
cool.
showing me on the mixer here.
Okay.
So first off the bat, we got Alpha Romeo says, good morning, everyone. Say hello to my little friend, Tony Montana, the one and only Mr. Tony Montana. Looking forward to seeing and the rest of the Cooper's Royal crew soon.
Oh, okay.
Cheers, mate. And great to have you on with us, Romeo. We good, darling? Yeah. Okay, so she says Tony's mic is good. Thank you for that, Romeo. Robert Mac Media. Hello, Cooper and all. Hello, Robert. Thank you for coming on and joining us. Good morning, Darlene, Cooper, and Tony. Good morning to you, Roger. And Black Ops, Evelyn, Cooper, Darlene, and Tony. Good evening, Big Al. Tommy Lee says, good evening, Cooper, Brooke, Darlene, and Tony. Good morning to you. And Alpha Male starts it off. 99-year land lease is a game changer. It is.
It certainly would be.
It is for a lot of people, because I understand that people don't want to live in a condo.
Yeah.
Some people want to live in the house. They want to own their house. They're used to owning their house. I've had 3 houses in my lifetime. So I understand the need to own your own home.
Yeah.
I know I'm not going to live forever. I'm 55 already, and I'm type 2 diabetic. So my chances are living, to Brooke's age are pretty slim and none, So I'd like to make sure that Darlene and the kids are taken care of when I die. They got a house to call home for the rest of their lives. And then they can always sell it if they choose to.
That's right.
They can sell it to another foreigner, and they can continue the 99-year land lease. So absolutely great in that respect. Malcolm says, "G'day, Team Coops." From Mal, Katea, Jackie, and Bitcoin King. Yeah, Brooke and Jackie are around Mal's house right now, around his condo that we had on the channel a couple of days ago. And I think they're going to be winding Tony up tonight.
Yeah, I'm waiting for you, Mal. Okay, I know what you're up to, so don't worry.
Let's get started with the interview.
Okay.
You've been in Thailand for how long now?
Nearly 5 years now.
5 years.
5 years.
Didn't you go back to Australia during that time?
I went back for 2 months and came back. But I moved down to Phuket, Patong in 2019, just before lockdown. And then after lockdown, I got sick of Phuket with all the price increases and tourism and whatnot. It just went silly. And I've been quite a few places in Thailand, and I've been here twice previous. And I thought, no, this is where I want to move to. So then I moved here April last year.
April last year. And how old are you?
66. I'll be 67 in January.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I didn't know you were that old. I thought you were closer to my age.
Yeah. Well, touch wood, most of my family all sort of look fairly much younger than what we really are. But 66, mentally, still 20, but physically.
So 5 years. What made you come to Thailand?
Well, I started coming to Thailand in 2005, about 19 years ago. And I loved it. I was going to Bali 2 or 3 times a year.
Right, because it's close to Australia.
Yeah. And then I discovered Thailand, and I loved it. And then I was doing like mostly 14 nights. And then I did 4 all up, 90 days. And I loved it, and I kept saying to myself, this is where I want to, end my time, basically.
Right.
And then finally, I realized my retirement visa I could get and the workaround. And then 5 years ago, I said, that's it, mate. I'm coming over here. And I've had no regrets.
No regrets?
No, none whatsoever. No. The people I've met here, especially through your channel and everything, the meetups we have by the pool every afternoon, going out, playing pool, having a laugh, like Mel and Katea, Alpha, Big Al, there's so many I could mention. They'll be here.
Me and Brooke would help.
Sorry?
Me and Brooke.
Definitely you and Brooke. That's 150%. So it's great what you do, because people, it's a big move to sort of leave what you used to. It wasn't for me, I can tell you that much, but for a lot of people, it's a big step in life because it means starting your life all over again, and you don't know what to expect. So through your channel, people are getting a lot of insight, and they get a lot of information by emailing you and talking to you and from your channel, and people are learning a lot, and it sort of makes that transition period a little bit smoother. I met a lady today down at the bakery. I was having a coffee, an American lady staying across the road, and she'd only been here 2 weeks. She didn't know where to go shopping and this and this and that. She'd gone a couple of times to Big C. So I explained to her about your channel, what we do every afternoon, and we have ladies that come along. And she said, she'll come down and meet us.
Right.
Then I told her about Tasco Lotus and Macro. And she said, oh, really? Whereabouts? I explained. I said, okay, look, just take a bolt. And Tasco's got everything.
She live in our condo complex?
No, the one straight across the road, next door, Laguna.
Laguna.
Yeah, Laguna. She's in there.
Okay.
She's from New Jersey. She's been here 2 weeks. So she's sold the house. She said she had a 4-bedroom house, swimming pool, and blah, blah, blah. And so I met her this morning. So, she might be coming across.
You're just a helpful bloke.
Well,
I hear it a lot from my subscribers, you know, and I don't like the word subscribers. I prefer the word friends, you know, because once you come out here and you join us, you're no longer a subscriber. You're now a friend.
Yeah.
You know, and I hear a lot from, you know, our friends.
Yes.
They say, hey, you know, that Tony, he's good. He's giving me good advice on this and good advice on that, you know, and don't pay this electric bill and, you know, barter on the rent, you know, and everything else. And they say you just absolutely fantastic. You love helping out the newbies.
I do, you know, and I do it from my heart because I've got the wisdom and the experience being here for 5 years, you know, and living down in Phuket, you know, I've got quite a few friends there. One of my best friends owns 50% of one of the biggest nightclubs in Patong. It's called Taipan. Then other guys have got bars. So I know the work. I know the workarounds. I know how all the people over here work. And you know, I want to give them some advice and a system. And a few people have said to me, "This guy, Montana, like, you know, if you're going to do that, you should say, well, listen, you know, I can help you out, but you know, how about paying me something for assistance? You know, like I said, look, no, I can't ask for money, and I'm not going to ask for money. I do it because, like my parents told me, you do things from your heart, and never expect anything in return.
Just like me.
Exactly like you, and like Brooke, you know what I mean, and Mel and Kantaya. I mean, I love them too. You know, you go out, and I don't drink. You know, but Kataya's like one after the other, and I have to sort of say, listen, no, I don't want alcohol. You know, buy me water. You know, so but that's just me. You know, I like to help people, especially when I know they're new here. Like we know with the fella across the road that fell over and split his head open.
Yeah,
you know, I'm there, mate. You know, like it's no effort for me. You know, I don't have to think twice about it.
Yeah, you helped him go to the hospital, didn't you?
Yeah, I came down here. I jumped on my scooter. I put him in a bolt, took him down there. I stayed with him and got stitched up and everything, and then took him home. And yeah, so you know, same as Mr. Baba. You know,
yeah,
Mr. Baba.
I'd love to have Bubba on the channel.
Oh, mate, I was talking to him last night, and
I love Bubba. He makes me laugh so hard. And I'll tell you folks a little story about Bubba. Now, you all, I'm sure, have seen the movie Forrest Gump. Well, Bubba grew up just right next to where Forrest Gump was supposed to be from in Alabama. So he speaks exactly like Forrest Gump. And he just creases us up every time he talks. But that's the way they talk there.
Yeah.
You know, and he says, no problem. You can call me Bubba. You know, everybody called me Bubba. You know,
Bubba.
So that's what he called him, Bubba. And we don't mean any disrespect. He's actually told us to call him that. And he's just a fantastic guy. I love him.
The first day we met him down at the pool was John and I, and we sort of looked at each other, you know, because the way he was talking, and I looked at Johnny, looked at me, and we'd only just met him, you know. And then after we sort of departed, I called John Yanni. Yanni's a Greek version of John. And I said, Yanni. And he goes, mate, Forrest Gump. And I said, tomorrow when we see him, we're going to call him like Bubba Forrest Gump. And he goes, yeah, that's okay, man, you know. And yet yesterday I was at Bubba's place and his brother rang him. And I'm telling you, like, he's a truck driver as well. He was driving, and he sounded exactly like Bubba.
Exactly the
same. Oh, man.
God bless it. Yeah. I'd love to get Bubba on the show. Okay, moving on. Let's get started with the comments. I won't talk to Tony too much because I'm sure you guys got loads of questions you want to ask him.
Oh, I can
so
imagine.
Scott Richmond says, good evening, Cooper, Tony, and Darlene, and hello, everyone watching. Thank you, Scott. Really appreciate it. And hello to you. Damon Burgeon says, hi, Tony and Coops. Hey, Damon. Vandy Dandy, off to Puchok Island for 30 days. Do you know that one, Puchok?
No.
That's a new one on me. I haven't heard of that one.
No.
I'm wondering if that's one of those Vietnamese islands. Because they start with the words like poo, don't they?
Yeah, it does, yeah.
Here we say ko, don't we, for island?
Yeah,
ko is the Thai word for island, by the way.
That's right, yeah. Yeah, it's Koh Samui.
And then Koh Samui. Okay, yeah.
Okay.
So traveling around, enjoy your travels there, Vandy. Rodney says, good morning, Coop, Darlene, and the new guest, Tony. Thank you, Rodney. Good evening, Mr. Coop, from Four Dog and Mr. Tony. Glad to finally put a voice to the face. Pleasure to meet you. Good stream to you both. Cheers. And thank you for it, dog. That's
Thank
one
you.
thing I absolutely love. Now, when you were in Phuket, you were emailing me asking me to help you find some properties
right,
up
yeah.
here. Work.
Yes, I was. Yes.
Yeah. And so I sort of spoke to you. You told me I'm a subscriber. You
Yeah,
know, I come on your channel. That I'm Tony Montana.
Yep.
Blah 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 blah. And I'm like, okay, yeah, I know you, but never actually saw your face until you got here.
That's right. Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
So it's always great to put a face to a name.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, and that's why I like the meet and greets.
Yeah, yeah.
And you always come to every single meet and greet.
Yeah, I
which
do.
is great.
It's nice because you're meeting new people, and then some you sort of get a little bit closer to, and you start having a bit more of a yarn to them, and I exchange WhatsApp or Line app, and say, listen, if you need anything, because I know you're flat out, you're flat out doing this.
We are
for the channel.
Every little bit helps.
Yeah,
yeah.
And I'm on my own, and I've got free time. It doesn't worry me, and I just say, look, just send me a message, and if I can help you out, I'll be there. So yeah,
Fantastic, good attitude to have.
it is. Yeah.
And Robert Mac Media says sound is great. Thank you, Robert. So your microphone's working fine, by the way. There, a little bit of feedback from Robert.
Okay.
Vandy Dandy says, if they give me a face 1,000, I'll spend it where they give it to me. So if they give him the 1,000 baht that says copy on it, he'll spend it back at the same place. But watch out, because if you go back the next day and realize, and they'll look at it and say, no, copy, not real, fake, and they may threaten to call the police on you if you try and give it back to them. So you got to catch them when they do it, folks. Les Jennings says, good evening, Cooper and Tony. Thank you, Les. And of course, Darlene.
Hey.
Malcolm Hawkins. Beep, beep, beep. Is that a horn I can hear, Coops? Oh my God, he's not going to live this down, Malcolm.
I know, yeah, from yesterday.
Okay, so I'm going to tell you the story because I know next time he's on here, he's going to tell the story.
Yes, he is.
All right, so he's going to give the effed up version. I'll give the real version of what happened. All right, so we went to Bangkok yesterday, and we went to the biggest IT shop in Bangkok. It's a big, huge mall. It's on 5 stories. And it's nothing but IT stuff. So what we wanted to buy was the boom microphone setup. I told you all I'm building the studio, which Mal can see here. And we went there to buy the equipment that we need because we'd heard from several people you can get it there.
From there. Okay.
So we decided, well, we've ordered some stuff on Lazada. It hasn't been the right stuff. We've had to send it back to get our money back. Why not just go to the shop itself? So we did. We went there. Had a whole day out in Bangkok, and we left at 8 o'clock in the morning, didn't get home till almost 11 o'clock last night.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Well, in the middle of Bangkok, of course, you got the big tower buildings. Yeah. Well, my GPS in the car decided to spin around and kept saying U-turn, 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 and I couldn't see where I needed to go to get out of Bangkok. And these guys, Brooke and Mount, were giving me a very hard time. Cooper, you don't know where you're going.
Yeah.
What? Another U-turn? Well, now it finally caught up and saw where I was, and it wanted us to join the toll road, but in the other direction. So we could only join one on-ramp going south, going north, and we're supposed to be going south. So we had to go down one exit, come back
around, and
then go the other way. And what? Got to pay another toll? Because I paid for the gas and Mal and Tony paid for the tolls. And Brooks complained a 30 baht toll. What? Got to pay another toll? Because you had to go down and do the U-turn. So you came back, and when you did the U-turn to join the toll road again, they charged you another 30 baht for coming on. No. So they wouldn't leave it alone. But in Bangkok, to get out, I had to do a U-turn across a busy intersection. Well, it was a crossroads. So there was motorbikes there preparing to do the U-turn. I lined up behind the motorbikes to do the U-turn, but my ass end was sticking out in traffic. And Mal was saying only an hour earlier, the Thais are so polite, they never, ever use their horn. Well, what happened? My ass is sticking out. Boy, did I get some horns. 30 cars are going, and I'm like, hell with it. I'll go up an extra mile and then do a U-turn. So
I could just imagine.
Fun times in Bangkok.
Yeah, I can imagine those two in the back seat.
Oh, they were really busting out.
Yeah.
I'd actually, when we finally did make the U-turn, I'd stopped under a bridge, rolled down my window, and yelled out, "Help!" Because they were giving me such a hard time.
You should have kicked them both out, made them walk home.
Vandy Dandy says, if they give me a fake 1,000 note, I'll spend it where I was given. Yeah, I got that one. And expired passport, bro. I thought all this time Tony Montana was American and not Aussie.
Oh, okay.
No, you're from Australia. Now, how did you get the name Tony Montana? Because that's not your real name.
No. That's from many, many years ago when Scarface Al Pacino movie came out.
I love that movie.
Oh, mate, I think I've seen it 20, 30 times.
Uh-huh.
And I just love the Tony Montana. So, I mean, my email's Montana. I've got Montana on my arm here. Everything I've got is Montana. You know? My dog, I named my dog Montana. Yeah, but that's where I got it from.
But Tony is your first name.
Tony's my first name. I'm Maltese background.
Okay.
I was born in Malta. I came out when I was about 3 years of age. And so my surname is actually Borg, B-O-R-G, like Bjorn Borg, the tennis player. Yep. But yeah, so on some of this stuff, it's got Montana, Tony Borg.
So if you were born in Malta, that makes you an EU citizen then, doesn't it?
Yeah, well, I've got dual passport. I've got Maltese passport and an Australian passport.
Yeah, so Malta's part of the European Union, so therefore you'd be,
Yeah, and it used to be a part of the, came under as a British subject.
As Commonwealth.
Yeah, Commonwealth. So, but then I think the president, quite a few years ago, Mintoff, he broke away from the Commonwealth.
Yeah,
you know, so
that's true. Yeah.
And I've been back there, so it's a beautiful place. Yeah, it really is.
So you just gave yourself the name Montana.
Yeah, that's it, mate. I thought, no, that's it. I love Montana.
And I've seen you down at the pool many times. So, of course, us guys don't have our shirts on in the pool. And Tony Montana's got a big tattoo here of Tony Montana for the actor that played Tony Montana.
Al Pacino.
Al Pacino, yeah.
Yes.
There he is, Mr. Brooke Schneider.
Hey,
says, Coop, ask Darlene first, big cushion for Tiny. I mean, Tony. So you're a little bit short. You want a cushion there?
I've got one under me.
Here, I'll give you another one. There you go. There's another cushion. You could use that one. Sit on that one. And then everybody might see you.
All right. Okay. That's better.
There we go.
There we go.
Vandy Dandy says, I saw too many banged up foreigners on motorbikes in Bali.
Yeah.
Is that big?
Yeah.
Was cracking down on foreigners on motorbikes?
Well,
was it banged up? Is he referring to having an accident or
banged up accidents? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's more common over there on scooters.
Right.
It's chaotic. Here, look, you know what I say. You probably know the same thing. You drive like you ride like a tie.
Yes.
Right. You don't hesitate. You get on the front line. As soon as the lights change, you take off.
Right.
And you try and stay ahead. And you've got to have like 50 eyes, sideways, backwards, forwards. You know, so, but I don't have any problems. You know, I always wear my helmet. I saw a guy a couple of days ago on a high-powered bike, young guy as usual. And he must have been at the lights behind me. And I was about 200-300 meters ahead. And I heard him take off the lights, and he'd really given a stick, you know, like you could hear it.
Yeah.
And then he flew past me on the back wheel. And I'm thinking, no helmet, no nothing.
It's the youngsters.
Yeah, exactly.
We see them do it here all the time. They hire the sports bikes, and they think they're, on a racetrack.
They think they're Mick Doohan or Wayne Gardner or something. You know, like, come on, man, you're in Thailand. It just takes a split second. And you don't know what's going to come out, and you can't repair that.
No.
You know, the bones you might be able to get away with, but that thing up here, forget it.
Yeah.
You're a vegetable.
Exactly. Or dead.
Or dead.
Worst case scenario. Yeah. And Giovanni says, good day, Coops, Darlene, and young rooster, Tony. Hello, Giovanni. He's coming back out here soon.
Yeah. The 3rd of December, he'll be here at Dusit.
Okay, absolutely great. Because our meet and greet this month is on the 12th.
That's right, yeah.
Because of our dental work that we have to do. And then next month it'll be the 4th Tuesday, going back to the 4th Tuesday, which is actually Christmas Eve.
Oh, really?
Yep, Christmas Eve. Because Christmas this year is on a Wednesday.
That's right, yeah. Because Mel was saying that Wombat and Kiwis have got a big special for Christmas Day lunch. I can't remember how much. I think it was about 1,600 baht, and it's a massive big menu. You know, like 3-course. So yeah, I'll probably end up with Mel and Kataya there. If I'm sure they're going there. So yeah.
Yeah, a
Yeah,
lot of
okay,
places
Christmas
do
Eve.
some good buffets
Yeah,
for
yeah.
Christmas out
Yeah.
here and Thanksgiving.
Hemingway's got another one.
Mhm.
I haven't looked at their menu, but yeah.
Bravo 29 says, "Good morning, Coop and Company from Maryland." Hello, Bravo 29, Cecil. Long time no see, buddy. Thank you for coming on and joining us. See, I still remember your name, buddy. Marky Mark says, "Tony, you're the best. You've helped me so much and advise other people to contact in town. Love you, buddy." So there's Mark there.
Thanks, Marky. Marky, really appreciate it, mate.
Yeah.
And I know you do too. Thank
Yeah,
you.
he's a good guy, Mark.
Oh,
I
he is,
like him.
yeah.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
Giovanni says, "I agree 100% that Cooper's channel has made it easy for me to visit Thailand and make new friends. Soon to be back again." And thank you for that, Giovanni. It is appreciated. And that's why I like having guests on here, because I can always say what it's like. But when they actually meet our subscribers and they're telling them what it's like, when I did the interview with Malcolm last week and now
Yep.
you this week,
Yep.
once we get the studio up, we'll have several people on here. And they can all hear it from their mouth rather than just me.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
From the people that come out and join the community, and they can tell from their own experience
Exactly.
what it's like.
Yeah.
And then we have the Facebook group with over 1,700 people on
Yeah.
there now, so that's
Yeah.
growing quick. And it's down there in the banner, Cooper's Thai Adventure Community. If
Yep.
you want to join it, it's very easy. You hit the subscribe button on YouTube. It doesn't cost a penny, by the way.
Yeah.
And then you come over and join the Facebook group because it's only for YouTube subscribers.
Exactly.
Yeah, and it doesn't cost a penny either way.
that's
It's both
right.
free, and
And
they can speak to the 300 people that we've
Yeah.
already got out there.
And there's people there put questions in there, and there's other people that have gone that way or experienced or whatever, and they can help you out. Oh, by the way, Yanni, Bubba and I, we've set up the cameras in your new room in Dooset. So yeah.
So you're going to see what he gets up to at night.
Yeah.
It may not be a pretty sight.
That was
I'll
Bubba's
warn you
idea,
now.
not mine. Okay.
Vandy Dandy says, "I like their Israeli man in the videos." That is Sean. He's an
Sure,
agent
yeah.
that I work with.
Yeah.
And well, don't work with. I help him out, and he helps our subscribers out. So
Yeah.
it's a mutual friendship. I get nothing from it. I've never asked for anything from anybody on the channel. And all I say to them is, if our subscribers reach out to you, don't give me anything. I'm on a retirement visa. I can't take money. But
Help them
and give them the discount.
Yeah, exactly.
Give them a discount for subscribing to my channel.
Exactly.
So that's all I ask from Sean. I say, instead of the price that's, I don't know, 15,000, maybe he can give them 14,000, a bit of a discount because they came from my channel.
Yeah. Well, pass it on to them, because I mean, you do a lot for him by, doing all these condo videos and that. So you're promoting him and his business. So like you said, you can't take anything for yourself, but just take care of your subscribers and look after them as far as the contract.
So if you guys need an accommodation here and you see something that we film, reach out to Sean. We always put his email in there. You can reach out to him directly and just say, "I'm a subscriber to Cooper's Thai Adventure. I saw the video of this place. I like it." And he'll work with you and try and get you a discount.
Oh yeah,
which is great.
Yeah, definitely. I like him. He's a nice young man. He really is. He's got very good mannerism about him.
He hasn't been able to answer his emails this week. He's been in hospital. He's had bad kidney stones.
Yeah, I know.
So they've now passed, and he says he's slowly able to get around. But he's been in a lot of pain.
I can imagine. Kidney stones are the worst thing.
Yeah.
Pain-wise.
If you've never had them, folks, it's like trying to pee through the eye of a needle. It's very, very painful when you go to the toilet. Yandy Dandy says, "It's informative." Thank you, Yandy. Really appreciate the feedback. Greg Smiths, good evening, everyone. Good evening, Greg. Thank you for coming on, and thank you for subscribing to the channel, brother. Really appreciate it. Alpha Romeo, Montana is a solid individual, always willing to assist others. I agree.
Thanks,
I agree. That's why I asked you to come on the live stream.
Yeah. That's good. I'm glad I did.
W Secret to Success Vlog says, "I like this gent. He appears to be a solid guy with personality. He is, and he's very funny. We also call him another name behind his back. That one is the King of Banter. You've probably not heard that.
No, I haven't.
We call you that. Oh, here comes the King of Banter.
Okay.
So Banter is somebody that likes to have friendly jokes, not racist or
Oh,
rude,
okay.
but just generally funny.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know,
yeah.
and that's you. You know, you can
Okay.
always make people laugh.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and you got a good heart, so I like that. It's a positive quality.
Thanks.
Vandy Dandy says, I speak foreign, Gump. I'm from Tennessee.
I'm from Tennessee.
And Bubba said, Brooke, out at the pool when they met for the first time, Brooke comes up to my condo. He says, hey, Coop, you got a new subscriber. He was down at the pool earlier, and he's just moved in across the road.
Yep.
And I was like, okay, yeah. And he says, he talks just like Forrest Gump. I said, yeah, you know, probably, you know, from that area.
Yeah.
He says, you're never going to believe what he said to me.
Yeah, I know.
I said, what did he say to you? He says, I thought you were his poppy for 4 months. I've been watching your channel. So he thought Brooke was my real dad because
Yeah.
I call him dad and he
Yeah.
called me son jokingly.
Yeah.
He said, I thought you were his poppy.
Yeah.
Brooke can do the accent. I can't.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
suck
yeah,
at it.
yeah.
But Brooke can do a really good impression of Bubba. I hope to get Bubba on the show. You guys will love him, by the way. Tommy Lee. Hello, Tommy. Look at that great smile. It's
Yeah.
probably Poo Kuak. Okay, I don't know that. I'm guessing it's Poo is Vietnamese.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
Yeah.
I doubt whether it's a Thai.
Yeah.
It's 9:15.
Patrick Stewart says, it is 9:15 a.m. here in Florida. Good morning to you guys. And thank you, Patrick, for coming on in Florida. I hope you guys are back up to normal now since you've had all that bad weather down there. And, you know, the electricity, internet's obviously working. He's online talking to us.
Yeah.
So that's absolutely great. You know, they had that bad hurricane down there. And then another one came in a couple of days later.
Really?
So,
Yeah,
they
cool.
had real bad weather. So glad to see you're okay, Patrick. And thank you for joining us, brother. Alpha Romeo says, Tony, had great times in Taipan and Phuket. I usually stay on Soi San Sabi, small world.
San Sabai.
San Sabai,
Yeah,
okay.
San Sabai. Yeah, that's it's straight opposite Bangla Road. So you come from the beach.
I know where Bangla Road is.
Bangla Road.
We stayed down there.
Yeah, so straight opposite is Soi San Sabai. And,
so the other end by the McDonald's.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that goes all the way up to.
Wasn't there a little mall directly opposite that end of Bangla Road?
No, a little bit to the right. You've got the big shopping mall there.
Yeah, we went there. I think it was called Central Mall.
No. Oh God, I've lost the name of it.
I had to go in there and use
the
the money exchange when we were there.
Yeah, that's right.
Because they got the money exchange and the banks in the basement.
Down underneath. Yeah.
David Lau says, hey, Coop, thanks for all the videos and info. It definitely gives your friends some peace of mind to know that the expat community of adventurous individuals are never really alone in paradise. And thank you for that, David. That is the whole motto of the channel, that we wanted you just to have a friendship community. You know, some people accused us when we first started the channel. Oh, I don't want to subscribe to your channel. You're a cult. I'm like, cult? What? I'm no freaking cult. You know, I said in a live, when we first able to do live streams, because you got to go through sort of hoops on YouTube to be able to do live streams. One of those hoops is you have to have 1,000 subscribers, and then you have to have 4,000 watch hours.
Okay.
And then you can do live streams. And you become monetized and stuff like that. So once we were able to finally got qualified to do live streams, I put on our very first live stream. I am not a cult. I am not a leader. I am nobody's boss. I don't want any of you looking up to me. I'm just like you, a normal guy. And it's just pen pal. Remember one back in the days in the 80s, you had pen pals, and you'd write to people all over the world. Well, that's what I wanted to set up for people that wanted to come to Thailand, like pen pals, starting a friendship.
Look,
and that's it.
Anyone to turn around and say it's a cult, mate, there's something wrong with them.
Yeah.
Something wrong.
You get those.
You do.
Yeah. You just block them. And that's it, and move on. So thank you for that, David. Much appreciated, brother. Alfa Romeo, Coop, can I be on Team Montana for the paintball event? You can. I'm not playing. I got shot and never again. So I know how painful that was, and boy, I could not sit down on the toilet for a long time. So you try sitting on the toilet with one cheek. It's not fun. I'll tell you right now.
Oh, you get bruised.
You do get bruised, and because out here in Thailand, everybody that comes here to retire or comes here on vacation is t-shirt and shorts weather.
Yeah, that's right.
You don't see people wearing pants out here. Nobody's wearing pants. Nobody's wearing long shirts or sweaters or anything like that. It's too damn hot.
Of course it is.
You know. So you're going to go paintball.
Yeah.
You're going to get hit in the shin or the knee or the ankle or the toe. You know, because we're all wearing sandals. You know, nobody's wearing shoes.
Yeah, but you know,
except for Dennis L. He wears his tennis shoes out here.
Exactly. But I got one trick up my sleeve.
What's that?
Down on Capasset Road, there's a ex-military shop there that sells all ex-military stuff. So before we do this, I'm going there and I'm getting the full long pants, long sleeve shirts, and just for the paintball.
You're going to get some padding?
Yes, my oath I am.
Yeah.
Of course. I mean, I'm
make sure you get a jock strap and a big cup right there. I'll tell you, protect yourself.
Okay.
Yeah. Giovanni, that would have been the Three Stooges in Bangkok. Yeah, it was. When they were giving me a hard time driving through Bangkok, trying to get out of there. Oh my God, they were stressing me out. Vandy Dandy, many Maltese in New York.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting.
I met a couple of Maltese people in England. Yeah. Nice people, nice friendly people.
Okay.
Never went across to Malta, but it's not far from England.
No, it's not. No.
Alfa Romeo and Giovanni laughing out loud. Learn and Live with Mike says, hey, Tony, I was born in Malta too. We will meet when I come in January.
Oh, great stuff. Yeah.
Mike's been a very long subscriber on the channel for over a year now. And fantastic. He's always comes on our live streams. I'd love to meet him in person and finally put a name to the face.
Yeah. Well, my parents, I was born in Hameroon in Malta. Hameroon. He'll know where that is. It's a bit hard to explain. It's a
so are your parents Maltese?
Yeah, both parents.
Both our parents.
Yeah, both parents.
And what, they emigrated to Australia? Is that how that came about?
Yeah, they immigrated out here many years ago. Because I was the last one born. I've got 7 sisters and 3 other brothers, and I'm the baby.
You're 11 in your family.
11.
I got 10 of mine.
Yeah.
So I've got 4 brothers. I'm the oldest brother, and then I've got 3 older sisters and 2 younger sisters.
Well, I'm like I said, I turned 67 in January. The oldest is my brother. He turns 87 in January.
Wow.
And mate, if you've seen him, like he's a bit more chubbier than me and solider. He never stops. He's 150 mile an hour. You know, I thought I was bad, but
so is he still in Australia?
Yeah. They all are. They all are. And touch wood, thank God, we're all still alive.
All still healthy.
All still healthy, mate. And like I said earlier, you see my brothers and sisters, and you know, you knock 10 years off their age, easy.
Yeah. So are your mother and father still with us?
No. I lost my dad, unfortunately, when I was 17.
Okay.
But
sorry to hear that.
Mum, thank you. The same as my condolence to you and your sister. And
I lost my sister last month.
Yeah. And then I lost my mum when I was about 42, which was, a consolation.
Yeah.
But so we were born in Malta and migrated out here, and just back then they had like the immigration through the Catholic Church, orphanages, and all that sort of stuff.
Right.
So I was the last one born there. But Mum used to tell me stories of Malta, which we'd understand. Like Malta was bombed.
Do you have any memories from Malta?
No.
Because you left at such a young age.
Yeah, 3. I went back there probably about 20 years ago. I had no desire to go there. I was touring around Europe.
Right.
And Mum said, go and see Malta. And I said, Mum, it's just a bloody...
Maybe you got aunts and uncles and cousins there.
Yeah, I do. I do. But, like I don't know anybody over there. And I speak fluent Maltese.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Out of all my siblings, I speak the best. Because I suppose I stayed with Mum and Dad till I was about 23, 24.
From when you guys left.
Yeah. And a lot of my sisters got married at 17, 18, left home. And I had no desire to go there. But I was in Italy, and my sister worked for Singapore Airlines. She spent 42 years with Singapore Airlines.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And a travel agency gave her, it was a Maltese travel agency, gave her a ticket for me to fly Rome, Malta, return. And I get a telex or telegram.
Yeah.
And I had to go into Rome, and I picked up the ticket, and I thought, well, I've got to go to Malta now. And I tell you what, I couldn't believe it. I loved it. I actually spent 3 months in Malta.
Wow.
I thoroughly enjoyed it. The
Mm.
beaches, the people.
Now, Malta's just a small island off the coast of Spain.
No, it's off the boot of Sicily.
Oh, Sicily,
Yeah,
down that side.
and
Okay.
many centuries ago, apparently, Malta was attached to Sicily. But
What's that place I'm thinking that's off the coast of Spain that the Spaniards are fighting for, but the British still have control of it? I can't think of that
No,
island.
I can't think.
There's one down there
Yeah,
as well, but
okay.
yeah, I know what you're talking
Okay.
about. Yeah.
So Mum
Italy.
used to say, like, Malta got bombed every day by the Germans for 2 years solid. So
Wow.
she'd grab the kids and go to the air raid shelters, which I went and had a look at them.
Mhm.
It's just amazing, you know, look, narrow corridors with little dig outs and yeah, like
A lot of history there.
hell of a lot. Yeah.
I'd have to go check it out. We're planning on doing a European cruise.
That's right. Yeah.
So a group of us are going to probably do a European cruise next year.
Yep.
And I think it goes from starts from Italy and it goes around Malta and all that, and around the Greek islands.
Oh yeah.
And then around northern Africa there.
Yeah. I'll tell you, like, I never expected it, but it was absolutely. I'm glad I did it. You know, it's just and the beaches. No matter what beach you go to, there it's crystal blue.
Wow,
crystal blue. No matter what beach you go to, you can see the bottom, and it's just this blue. It's hard to explain.
Yeah,
you know. Oh yeah, and the people are
beautiful.
Are fantastic. Yeah.
Mike says, good morning, guys. Good to see Tony, Montana. I finally arrived in Bangkok on the 17th of November. Wow, 16 more days.
Oh, yeah.
Then it's on to Pattaya to meet you soon. And thank you. That'd be great to have you out here with us. But you're going to miss the meet and greet because the meet and greet's on the 12th. So you have to come by for a pool swim.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
A group of us go swimming here at the pool every day at 2 o'clock.
Yep.
And if you have a problem getting in, just contact Montana. He can get you in through the back door.
Oh, yeah.
Ham Noise says, hey, Coop, any progress on doing a review of PBC, Pattaya Beach Condo on Soy 13? Sure love the condo reviews. I don't know. I'll be seeing Sean on Monday, so I'll make a note of that there for you, Ham Noy, and I'll ask him if he has any condos in that complex.
Yeah.
And if he does, I'm sure I'll put it on the channel.
Yeah.
See if it's any good. Hey, CBD, that's what they call us, Cooper, Brooke, and Darlene. Philip Hunt and Romeo, cheers from Australia. Countdown 5.5 months till I join you guys. Living the life, metal, yellow, red fist. So he's like this. Yeah, I'm coming. So we'll see you out here next year, Philip. Bob M says, good morning at Tony. Good morning, all. Tony's right. I'm pulling up roots and just coming over there cold turkey, and you're all a big help. And a lot of our subscribers have done that.
Yeah.
You've met a lot of them at the meet and greet. Yeah. They say, I've seen enough on Cooper's videos. Yeah. I watched some of his older videos where he's interviewed his subscribers after they moved here and their experience. Because we used to do the recordings up on the roof or down by the pool.
That's right.
Now we built the studio. We're doing it inside with the AC, a lot cooler.
Yeah.
So, and they said that was enough for me.
Yeah. I think, look, you know,
they joined a Facebook group, asked a lot of questions. You know, and they got all the answers, and you can have live chat on the Facebook group too. So it's fantastic.
Yeah. I say, you know, like, don't hesitate. Just do it. You know, I know it's a big move, and the more you try and think about it and whatever else, I mean, as like back in Australia, most of the countries are all going downhill, and everything is just going out of the roof. And yes, it's a big step.
Yeah.
But you know, there's a lot of us out here that can help you. And what all I say is, like Nike, just do it. Just book your ticket, pack a small bag. Don't bring anything with you, because everything that you need is here and a quarter of the price. And like Cooper just said, all day, every day, no matter even when you're going out at night, you're wearing a t-shirt and shorts
and sandals,
or if you want trainers, you know, runners. And that's it, man. You know,
sneakers, tennis shoes, we call them in America.
Yeah, sand shoes. Yeah. Same basically. And just come out, and you won't regret it. You know,
well, everybody says that to me. They love it out here.
Much further over here. It's incredible. I mean, I'm on the pension and back in Australia, and back there, like, you're just making ends meet.
Mhm.
Whereas here,
You're actually living.
I'm living.
Yes.
Okay, I don't drink alcohol
Mhm.
and I don't smoke cigarettes. But like my budget per day is 500 baht a day, which is about 22 Australian dollars,
15 US.
15 US.
Mhm.
I go to Cheap Charlie's in the morning, have the small breakfast. I'm not a big breakfast eater. That's 100 baht.
$3.
Yeah. So I'm left with 400 baht for the rest of the day.
Mhm.
I never eat lunch. And then dinner time, like tonight I had dinner was 200. So
Okay.
today I spent 300.
$9
Yeah. So I've still got 200 left over
for tomorrow's budget.
for tomorrow's budget.
Yeah.
So, mate, you couldn't do that anywhere.
Yeah, I tell people all the time, you struggle to spend $15 a day here on
Exactly.
food, and that's eating out every single day, not
And
not
I do.
shopping and cooking.
No, and I do. I
Yeah.
don't cook anything. You
No.
know what I mean? The breakfast is out, dinner's out. Once every couple of weeks, maybe Bubba and I and Mark and that, we might go to that Italian restaurant at Rompo, Oregano.
Yeah.
Which I had the stew there yesterday. I think it was 269. But that's something I'm not doing, once or twice or three times a week,
Mhm.
But I'm not depriving myself of anything,
Yeah.
So I just say, just do it.
Yeah.
Just come out here and
It
just do it.
certainly is cheap.
Mm.
Peter Hunt says, sorry, replace Romeo with Tony. Yeah, okay, gotcha. No worries there. Malcolm Hawkins says, I've still got footage of you, Tony, at Take Care Bar.
Yeah,
Is
don't
that
worry.
where I think I saw that where you were doing the pole dancing?
Yeah. But that's okay. He's got video of me. I got video of him.
Is that one of the rare occasions you actually got drunk?
Well, put it this way. I never get drunk, right? That night, Kataya was buying me. I probably had about 5 or 6 drinks. I don't need alcohol to get up and start dancing and making a goat out of myself and giving everybody a laugh, But
Well,
that
for
night,
someone that doesn't drink, 5 or 6 would make me drunk.
well,
So-
I was tipsy.
Yeah,
I wasn't drunk.
Mm.
But I just look at it. Everybody sits back and waiting for somebody to make the move. Well, I don't do that. I just get out there. So I got out there and I started dancing with a pole. And then just behind me, here comes Mal, okay?
with a camera filming it.
But then Mal's there doing the same thing. So I got footage on him.
Okay.
Oh,
So I might include both in a future YouTube video.
Yeah,
I'll put clips in.
that'll be a laugh. Me
Yeah.
and him. Oh, God.
I'll get Darlene to edit it into one of the videos.
Yeah.
Captain Action says, Henry from Tampa, looking forward to your live panel when you launch. Thank you,
Oh, okay.
Captain. We will be doing that shortly. We've got all the gear together. Now we just have to learn how to set it up.
Oh, right.
And we got some people that are going to come over and help us.
Oh, good.
So we
Good.
actually have all the equipment now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Vandy Dandy says, I stay on Soy 7. What's that? Then
a condo.
Condo tell.
Yeah.
It's not a place I want to stay long term. The views are great though.
Okay.
Yeah,
I don't know it.
I don't know that one either.
I know Soy 7 quite well, but
Uh-huh.
I'll have to have a look for that. I've never really seen that name up above, but yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then, when people come out here, they should just stay in one place for a short term, like a month.
Yeah.
Or 2 weeks, and a week in a hotel is long enough to find yourself the right condo for you.
That's the main thing. Just come down here and get into either a B&B or
Any place.
anything, right?
Yeah, just to get your boots on the ground.
Yep, that's right. And spend a couple of weeks there. It doesn't matter what it's costing you for the couple of weeks. And then you go out and about and you look around and like say Soy 7 and the beach road, you got all the shops. Right, all the way along the beach road, or Soy 7, Soy 5, Soy Welcome.
Mm-hmm.
When you're walking, you're just looking at the shops. But if you look above,
there's rooms for rent.
It's all accommodation.
Yeah.
All the bars and the restaurants and that, you can go in and then you can book a room, go upstairs. Depends on where you want to be, and you just do that for a couple of weeks till you look around to the proper condos where you actually
can get them cheap at like 5,000 baht a month. I've seen
exactly.
Them. It's not a condo; it's just a room.
No, it's just a room.
Yeah,
basically.
So you're not going to have a swimming pool or a gym or anything like that.
None of that, and you don't need that for the first couple of weeks. Like I've seen them in Soy 5 in low season, like 500 baht a night.
Yeah.
So I don't know what that is in US.
$15.
$15. There you go.
Times it by 3.
Yeah. So there you go. You book in there. There's one place there. It's called Leak, Lek. and I saw that not long ago for 500 baht a night.
Yeah.
So you just get in there, and then you look around and talk with the subscribers on this channel, and come to the pool and Sean, and then bingo.
Exactly.
You go from there.
So easy to do.
Yeah.
Alfa Romeo says,
John Salong, that's it. Yeah,
John
thank you.
Salong Mall.
Yeah, thank you,
Opposite,
mate.
yeah, that was the name of the mall
Yeah.
that I was talking about at the end of Walking Street.
I couldn't think of it for the life of me.
Yeah. I knew Darlene would remember. I'm terrible at names. Yeah, but thanks for that, Mal. Yeah, that's the name of the mall. Expired Passport Bro says, Tony, anything you miss about Australia? Cooler weather, friends, driving a car, people speak English, etc.
Absolutely nothing. Like I said, I've got 10 siblings back home, and we are very close. But no, there's nothing. I've got some really good friends back there. Well, put it this way, I've got 5 best mates, and my dad said to me, "You'll be lucky if you make 5 best friends." I mean, these are friends that you can not talk to for 12, 18 months, and you need help, you ring them, and they're there.
Yeah.
Right. And I've got 5, which I'm very fortunate. But I talk to my family regularly. I spoke to my sister today for about 3/4 of an hour on WhatsApp. But no, there's nothing there. Like, I don't know, because they're all married, got kids now. They've all got grandkids and whatnot, and they all went to the left. I went to the right. So I've always been very streetwise, and I know what's going on around me and whatever.
Now, have you got kids?
No. I was married. I got married in 1990. I divorced in 92.
Sounds like my first wife.
Yeah. Oh, she was an absolute.
I got married at 21. Big mistake. Yeah. Divorced at 24.
I waited till quite a long time in my life, and the main reason I got married was Mum was getting older. She wasn't getting any better.
Yeah.
And all my siblings were all married and had kids, so I wanted Mum to see me at least married. But it didn't work out, and I walked away, which was great. And I bought the T-shirt, I sold it, and I'll never do it again.
Yeah.
So, but no, mate, and I got no desire, going back to Australia and whatnot. I don't miss anything back there.
Would you go back for a vacation?
Will I?
Yeah.
Look, I'm probably going to have to go back in January this year. Unfortunately, it's going to be the high season because all the kids come back from school holidays. But my meds, because I'm on 5 different meds for blood pressure and cholesterol and blah blah blah, they're too expensive here.
Right.
So back in Australia, because I've got a Commonwealth concession card.
Because you get them for free over there.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So it looks like I'm going to, because when Brooke was over in the Gold Coast in Queensland just recently, I made a mistake. I could have got 12 months supply, but I didn't want to load Brooke up with 12 months of my medication. So I only did 6 months, which brings me up to mid-February.
Okay.
So
you're going to go back and get a year's worth of meds
and
come back.
Yeah. I'll message my doctor because we belong to the same church.
Yeah.
And I speak to him in WhatsApp. So he'll do me what's called an S24, which means I can get 12 months supply in one hit.
Just make sure you got a doctor's note, in case you get stopped by
he's done all that for me. Yeah, exactly.
I did that too with my diabetic
you've got to just
medication.
Cover yourself. You know what I mean? So if I go, well, I have to go.
But Thailand's not expensive. What's expensive is America.
Yes,
all right, because Thailand medication is 20% the cost of America, 80% more expensive in America than Thailand for medication.
But look,
but I understand your perspective because you get it for free.
Well, that's the whole thing.
Enough,
But you see, when I've been to about 5 or 6 different pharmacies around here, and the one that Mel and Katea go down near our place, and one packet of cholesterol tablets, 40 milligrams, was 2,100 baht, and that was the Thai brand.
Okay.
And I went to the hospital,
which is about $60 US.
Exactly. Well, there you go. Like for me, that's nearly 90 Australian dollars for one packet. Now I need 12 packets of that cholesterol medicine
for a year. Yeah.
I went to the hospital and they said pretty much the same price.
Right.
So by me going back to Australia, I'm only going to go back for say probably 3 days.
Okay.
Yeah, I just want
Quick turnaround.
Yeah, I just want to fly in, go and see my doc, pick up my meds from the pharmacy, and then the following day get on the plane and come back.
Yeah.
I don't even. I said to my sister, please don't tell the rest of the family I'm there because I don't want to catch up. I just want to fly in, grab my meds, see my sister Kathy, have a coffee with her, and get the hell out of there.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Sounds like you love Thailand.
Oh yes. Yeah.
How could I guess? John Cooper, his namesake there, thank you, says, hey, Coop, Tony, if you have to move to another condo for the same price, which building would you choose? Thanks.
Okay.
So you're living right now in Vutali 5C, which is the same building Mal is in.
Mal
that we
and
filmed
Katea.
on the channel last week.
Yes. Look, I'm on the ground floor, way down on the ground floor, so I see nothing. There's no noise or anything because I wear a hearing aid. If I can get a room up, say, above around about 15, 17, where Mal is, but I'm tossing up as we've been speaking. It's either there or I might move over to here if I can get a 1-bedroom
To our building.
Yeah, to your building. Yeah, if I can get a 1-bedder at the right price. I don't want to go any more than about 12,000 baht a month. I'll do it. So my options are open.
And low season, you might be able to.
Well, that's my lease is up in April because I signed up after Songkram, so I'll be waiting for that to finish. And yes, low season. And I'll see. I'll speak to Joe, see what he can come up with a 1-bedder in one of these buildings here.
Speak to Regina too.
Yeah,
you get along quite well with Regina.
I get along fantastic with Regina.
Yeah.
She's a lovely lady, and she trusts me dearly because when you got locked out here, she gave me her master
card to come get me out because I couldn't find my key card.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And I mean, for someone to give you their master card, so she obviously trusts me, which I am trustworthy.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll look at that next year, you know?
Me, no, I'm happy here. The only time I'm going to move out of here is when I move into a house.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. But that's when you strike it rich on Bitcoin.
Yes.
You and Brooke.
Me and Brooke.
You're going to take me with you. Right. You got to get a little granny flat at the back.
Yeah, I'll make you the gardener.
Okay.
The pool cleaner. There you go. Captain Action says, this one is for Darlene. Thank you all. Thank you, Darlene, for all that you do. You're amazing, and we all appreciate you. Thank you, Captain Action. And I'm sure my wife appreciates you. She is in the back room there, which is behind my computer screen. You can't see it. And she's our channel moderator and also my wife. So thank you for that, Captain Action. Really appreciate it for giving Darlene a shout out.
I'll say one thing to that. That's really nice of him to say that. And as you know, Darlene has a big job behind the scenes to edit all these videos and put it all together. And people don't realize how much time and effort goes into it. So she's amazing.
6 hours per video.
Yeah.
6 hours for every video we make.
She's an amazing person, mate. Yeah.
People think it's just little cuts here and there. No, it's not.
Yeah.
You know,
that's for sure.
Yeah, there's a lot of things. You got to change the sound levels because you're moving around, and there could be some background music. You got to edit that out, and you know, you may have to edit 30 times to filter it all the way out, and it takes a long time. It's not
I've
an
seen
easy
it done,
thing.
you know, and I sort of think, forget it. I couldn't do it.
Dave Geyser, there he is. Dave, he says, hi, CTD. Meet new members at the chess meetup today. Met new members at the chess meetup today. They'll all be at the next meet and greet. Okay, Dave, bring them along. Get them to come over and say hi, and don't forget to tell them to subscribe to the channel and join the Facebook group, and they'll meet even more friends. So thank you for that, Dave. Really appreciate it. And Vandy Dandy says Gibraltar. That's the name of the one I was thinking off the coast of Spain there.
That's right.
That the British and the Spanish are fighting over right now. Yeah. So David Berman, Damon Burgeon there says exactly the same thing. Gibraltar. Thanks, guys. Yeah, I couldn't remember which one it was there. Brian Barberich from Durban, South Africa. One of our subscribers in South Africa. We've actually got about 4 or 5 from South Africa that are subscribed to our channel. We got subscribers in Russia. We got subscribers all over the world. Yeah. So absolutely great. I even get people from Germany writing in the comments when I make a video. They'll write in German, Yeah, and then I can hit the translate button and it'll come up in English,
Oh,
you know,
okay,
or
okay.
Russian, or Italian.
But
You know,
you speak fluent or quite well German.
yeah, I lived there
Yeah,
for 5 years.
that's right. Yeah.
And my dad was in the Air Force station there, and we didn't stay on company housing on base.
Okay.
We stayed outside the base in a very small village, population 200 people.
Oh, okay.
So that's how small it was.
Yeah, yeah,
And they didn't want to speak English. They
yeah.
wanted me to speak German.
Oh, okay.
And they could speak English, but they
Yeah,
didn't
yeah.
want to.
Oh, okay.
So for the first month, they spoke English to help me out.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
after the first month, they said, now you need to learn German.
Learn German.
And I did. And they
Yeah.
helped me. And I can speak it fluently just
Oh,
as
good
well
on
as I
you.
can English
Yeah, that's
because of that. It's
fantastic.
just something you just never forget.
Yeah, yeah. Well, exactly. I mean, that's like my Maltese. You know,
Yeah.
people say, but I can't forget it. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
yeah, no, it's great, man.
Yeah. I think it's great knowing a
Yeah.
second
Oh,
language.
definitely is.
Yeah.
150%.
Four Dog says, quick question for Mr. Tony. Not to pry into your business, but curious to know your line of work before retirement. Your story seems very interesting. Thanks in advance.
Okay, Four Dog. Yeah, I've done several things in my life. One of the main ones was covert security work for big department stores. I've done a lot of culling of feral pigs in Australia. And I've also worked in sort of like the real estate, but mostly commercial high-rise building maintenance manager.
Okay.
For a big company back in the days. It used to be called Jones Lang Wootton. It's now called Jones Lang LaSalle. But culling has been, you know, for feral animals for most of my life as a second income. And security has been a big part, you know. Sitting in the control room, watching, you know, a stack of monitors, monitoring people and body language and that, and then being on the floor in plain clothes and making apprehensions and whatnot, and then police reports. And so, yeah, I've got very good vision, you know, from the side, and without even trying, I don't miss much. I don't mean to, but I see pretty much everything that's going on. So I'll be talking.
So you can catch a scammer very easy.
Oh, look, I'll give you an incident. I was in a department store in Australia. It's called Myers, a bit like Harrods, you know.
Okay.
And it's got all different levels. And I was in the ladies' cosmetic section, but it's in a shopping centre. And I was standing outside in the common area of the shopping centre. And the line manager of the cosmetic, he came out and he said, Tony, he said, aren't you supposed to be on the floor? I said, yeah. He said, well, what are you doing out here? I said, well, out here, I can see who's coming in and I can pick the shoppies, you know? And he said, oh, really? Like looking at me like, yeah.
And shoppies is a slang for shoplifters.
Shoplifters, yeah.
Right, yeah.
So
I got to learn too.
Yeah, okay. So this shoppie,
yeah.
I saw this, as I was talking to him, I saw this lady come in and I said to him, just hang here. I said, that lady there, I said, she's a shoppie. And he goes, she's a shoppie? I said, yeah. So I let her go in. I walked around and she was in the cosmetic section and she was putting lipstick and eyeliner in a bag, you know?
Right.
I came back out, which technically you're not supposed to lose continuity of them. You're supposed to be following them all the time. But knowing what I know, so I came out and I said to him, she's loading up, you know, she's putting stuff. He goes, oh, okay. So she comes out, I pull out my ID, blah, 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 introduce myself. Said, is there any reason why you've left the store without paying for certain items? You know, she said, I don't know, what are you bloody talking about, you know? Just as I said that, I saw another lady come walking in within 5 minutes. And I said, hang on to this one, don't let her go. I said, that's another one. yeah. Same thing. She comes out, now I've got two of them.
Right.
I said, right, now you're both under arrest, you're coming back. And after they pulled everything out and everything else, and the police came and whatnot, he looked at me and he said, man, if I didn't see that with my own two eyes, he said, I would never have believed you in a million years. He said, you are incredible. I said, that's why I'm standing. I said, I'm not bludgeon. I said, but out here, I can see people coming in and I read their body language and the way they move and the way they look. And I said, I've been doing it for such a long time. He said, man, that's incredible. I think one lady had about $300 worth of cosmetics. The other lady had a long jacket with pockets, but cut out in the pockets so that the stuff went down to the floor of the jacket. And she had about $600 worth of stuff in there.
So would you say you're a good judge of character as well?
Pretty much.
You know, and you could sort of tell a good person from a bad person?
Within 5 or 10 minutes of talking to people, I pretty much work them out. And if I walk away, you know, yeah.
So what's your opinion on me? Lay it on me.
Oh,
Give me the honest truth.
Yeah, no, honest truth. Like both.
Don't worry, I won't throw you off the balcony.
No. Both you and Brooke, you know, like when I first started watching your YouTubes and that, you know, that's a little bit different, you know, because it's on here and whatnot. But then when I got to meet you and whatever else and started talking to you and that, I worked you out, you know, and again, I said to myself, okay, this guy, he likes to do a lot. He likes to help people, and he's doing it from his heart. And there's no bullshit about this bloke. All right. Now, I'm a straight shooter. So if and you know, you just said, just give me the honest truth. If there was something I'd say to you, listen, man, you know, like 95%, but there's 5% about you that I'm not real. And that's what I say. Like you're very much like me. You do things from the heart. You wear your heart on your sleeve, and you're doing what you want to do because you care and because you want to help people. And that's the most important thing. You know, like I meet so many different people. Like Mark, you know, I met him within a couple of hours. You know, like we were best of mates.
Yeah, you two are hanging around all the time now. Yeah.
And Bubba, you know, but Bubba and I are pretty much like inseparable to a degree. You know, like, but yeah, and when Yanni's here, John, Giovanni, same thing there. Because, like, you know, I can't hang out with you and I can't hang out with Brooke because you're both married and you've got different lifestyles and whatnot. Mal and Katea are great to go out with and whatever, but there's not that many single people. And that's why, like, I took to you and I've taken to Brooke. And yeah, that's my honest truth, my opinion about you. And you know, you've got a beautiful wife who's also got a beautiful heart. And the two of yous, and same as Brooke and Jackie, you make great couples. You know, absolutely fantastic.
Well, thanks for the 95% vote of confidence.
Oh no, it's 100%. But
okay, I thought you said 95.
No, I said if there was 95%,
I don't mind if that's what you think.
Yeah. No. I said if there was 95%, and the other 5, I would tell you about the 5%. But there's not. It's 100% with you.
Okay, well, thank you for
100% with Brooke.
I was willing to accept the 95.
Yeah, no.
So thank you for that question. 4Dog Bern says, Bern here from China has arrived. Hope to see you all at the next meet and greet. So yeah, us too, Bern. That'll be Tuesday the 12th of November at 6 p.m. at Fraser's Sports Bar, which is on to Pryor Road in Jomtien. And we always post the meet and greets on the Facebook group.
Yes.
Giovanni says, if you put cameras on my condo, I want some royalties paid to me.
Well, mate, you speak to Bubba about it because it was his idea. I just installed the cameras.
Frank T says, Coop, which VPN do you use? I use NordVPN. The VPN I used when I was in Thailand last trip slowed everything down. Yeah, it depends where you connect to.
Yeah.
And with NordVPN, I can connect to USA, and I can choose where I connect. So I always choose California.
Okay.
The reason I choose California is it's the closest state to Thailand.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah. Alaska was too slow.
Yep.
So it's too far north. But when I use it for my online banking and everything that I use it for example, my Netflix and stuff like that, I always choose California, because it's the closest part to Thailand.
Oh, okay.
And it slows down a bit, but you're only talking like 10, 12%.
Yeah.
And when you've got what I got, I've got a 1 terabyte connection.
Yep.
So it's super fast. 10%. I've still got 900 meg up and down.
Yeah.
So it's super fast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
it really doesn't make that much of a difference.
It doesn't. And you got to expect that little bit of slowness in it, you know, because it's monitoring and it's protecting you. So for that little bit of loss.
Yeah. That's the one I use, Frank.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's the best, but I use it because it works.
Yeah.
So I say if it works, don't change it.
That's right.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
And Alfa Romeo says, I have a few pics of Montana busting his dance move. Tony is a mover and a shaker on the dance floor. Good times with great friends.
Yeah, it was a good night. A fantastic night. Yeah.
Did Montana, did Romeo get up and dance with you?
No, he didn't. No. But
we'll have to get him a few drinks and get him up there dancing
that's for
too.
sure. I went out with the boys, with Chris and all them, that gang, and yeah, I mean, when they have a few beers, they go crazy. I got up on the dance floor, and next minute, Eric's up there bopping away, and it's just a laugh, to see those guys.
So, going on to ask you some more questions. It's all fun with the comments. Loving it. 5 years experience in Thailand. What would you give an advice to a new person coming out for the first time?
Look, I just say, pack up, pack a small suitcase. Don't take too much. Don't bring too much stuff with you. Come on over here, like we discussed before. Find yourself a temporary accommodation, and that's pretty much it. Because from there onwards, you start to meet all us people. If you come down to the pool in the afternoons, the meet and greets, and that's all I can really say, like, just do it, because the more you think about things in life and the more you analyze them, the more they become confusing and it can throw you off a bit. So I just say, just do it, like, even come over here, like John's coming over here. He's been over here once. He's coming over for another month. He could be staying 2 months. He might even do 3 months. So he's just fishing around and seeing where he likes, and he's going to go to Bangkok, and I think he's going to go to Chiang Mai. And yeah, it's just do it. I mean, the quality of life you're going to have over here is by far going to outpass anything back in your own country.
Yeah,
by far.
Any negative things you can think about Thailand? 5 years has got to be something, Tony.
Look, the negativity I find over here is this face thing with the Thai people. You can't criticize the Thai people. You can't post anything. Back in the West, if
they call it slander.
Yeah. You can't say what you feel, and no matter what happens in any sort of road accident, motorbike accident, or whatever accident, no matter what the situation is, you're always in the wrong. And you can't challenge that, because they look at it. If you weren't there, this wouldn't happen. That's my only downpour as far as the Thai culture is.
That's why I got dash cam on my car.
Look, I've got my motorbike insurance, and I've got a special hotline number. So what happens is 24/7. Anything happens, I ring the hotline. They're English-speaking people. You tell them the location. Within half an hour, one of their representatives is there.
Wow.
And they take over. So they say to you, don't talk to the police, don't talk to the Thai, don't do anything. Just say, wait. We'll come, we take over.
Right.
And then they talk with the police and whoever else, and they organise everything, and you go home and they take your vehicle or your motorbike and get it repaired and whatnot.
Right.
And that's what I like about my insurance policy, because you've got the hotline 24/7.
I got the same. Yeah.
So yeah, you've got the same thing. So that's the only downfall over here. You can't say anything negative about anybody. You go into a bar or a restaurant. I know back in Patong, I'd go and have breakfast, right? And I'd order my breakfast, and I like my toast to come out with my breakfast together.
Right.
And I'd say to the girl, which is going there every day, one of my mates' sports bar, I say, I want this, but bring the toast together,
Right.
And I go, together, Yeah, okay. Everything's okay. 2-3 minutes later, the toast comes out, and then 5 minutes later, your breakfast comes out.
Yeah.
And, you can't get cranky. You can't, express your feelings. You just say, okay.
Yeah.
So that's the only downpour I find here in Thailand, is that you can't really say anything.
I noticed that at Sizzlers. We go to Sizzlers maybe once every month, every other month for a treat.
Yep.
And we'll go to get the free salad bar. Yeah. And before we halfway through the salad, they've already brought our main meal.
Yeah.
And it's like, hang on, I still got a salad here. I got the soup to eat, and the meals there getting cold because I still want to eat the rest of my starter.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, they don't wait till you're finished and then bring the food out. They just bring it out whenever it's done. So the bread's done first. That's what you're getting, you know.
Exactly.
Exactly.
And as you probably noticed in other places, there could be 6 of yous, and you all order together, and like yours will come out first. 10 minutes later, mine will come out, you know, and then his, and then hers. Nothing's uniform.
No, they don't bring them all out at the same time. So you're done with your finishing your food,
and they just start.
Yeah, they're just starting.
It's crazy.
Little things you got to get used to in Thailand.
Oh, you do, yeah. But it's nothing to worry about. You get used to it.
So nothing major then.
No, nothing at all, mate. Nothing at all. I can't criticize or say anything negative about the country. You know, like
you haven't had any bad experience with the police?
No. In fact, in Patong, I had 2 senior police officers who I used to have coffee with them regularly. I had their personal mobile phone numbers, and during lockdown, like I was still cruising around doing what I want. They said, "You have any problems? You just ring my mobile and you give it to the police officer."
Yeah.
I never did.
Yeah,
never did. But it was always there if there was anything that ever happened. You know. So yeah, no. Nothing negative, mate.
I've never had a problem with the police.
No.
What about soy dogs?
No, again, I've never had any problems with soy dogs.
No.
See, soy dogs as well, like dogs like horses, they can pick up on you.
Pick up whether you're a good or a bad person.
And not only that, whether you're scared or not scared. And because I've had dogs all my life, you know, like they don't worry me.
Yeah.
And I've never had a dog. Mark was saying the other day he was walking back from Triple P just near 7-Eleven, and there was a dog there that was sort of, you know, growling at him, you know,
right.
And some Thai person said something to him, and the dog walked away. But Mark was actually scared, you know. I've never had it.
No,
and I walk past them.
I've never been intimidated by them.
Neither have I.
No,
I walk past them.
They've never chased me. No. They've never barked at me. Nothing.
Down here, there's a few just down the street a little bit. I've walked past them. And they're just there, and they just look at you and lay back down. Yeah, you know. So
they don't. You don't bother them; they won't bother you. That's the sort of thing here.
Yeah.
Okay, moving on. Craig Redmond says, sorry. Hi guys, love the channel. Was just there for a first time look around and loved it. One question about getting access to your home country TV. How do you go about that, as tech is not my forte? Well, what I do is I get an Android box. You can buy them here at Tookcom.
Yep.
And then I get them to download everything I want on there.
Yep.
And what I use is an app called Wiz TV. It's an app from England.
Yep.
And you pay a one-time subscription for the year,
yep.
which it's under $100.
Yeah.
And with that, I get all my channels that I like. All my American channels, they're all on there. HBO, Showtime, Cinemax, you know. I get all the movie channels, the sports channels, the pay-per-view channels, all on there for free.
Yeah.
You know, and I could watch the American cable channels. I could watch my NFL football.
Yeah.
Brooke loves it. He can watch his Canadian hockey. I got people that like soccer. You guys call it football, you know, and rugby and all that. You could watch it all on there, and it's free of charge.
Yeah.
So it's fantastic. I think last count, I had something like 30,000 channels on the box to choose from.
Yeah.
So it's got all the nature channels on there, which I like watching, the National Geographic and that. So it's just so much to choose from. Comedy channels, movie channels, music channels. You got MTV, VH1, you know,
the whole lot.
Everything you want on there. And that's what I do.
Yeah, well, I've got a guy over here. He's English. He does a lot of the bars here. He's done Wombat and Kiwis. You know, he's a little bit pricey. He charges $6,000 for the box, but you've got every channel around the world in every different categories. But he actually brings it. He installs it. If you have any hiccups, you just call him.
So that's about $180. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah. And he's done Bubba's, he's done Mark across the road, he's done a German friend of mine, he's done mine, and he's done another friend. He's done 5, and everybody's been happy with it. You know, the German guy the other day had a problem with his box, and he called him up. not the following day, the day after, he came out with a new box and a new power supply and just said, look, I'm not going to muck around. I'm just going to exchange it, set it all back up for him on the TV. And he said, I'll take this box back and put it on and see what's wrong with it. And
that's one thing I love about Thailand. The customer service is fantastic. Yeah, they really go the extra mile.
They do.
Yeah.
They do. Yeah. My oath.
So, yeah, there you go, Craig. That is our advice for you if you want your home TV over here in Thailand. David Lowe says, inflation in the U.S. is getting worse. Yes, it is. I miss Cheap Charlie's 99 baht breakfast, $3, under $3. Yeah. It is at least $15 US for an inexpensive diner for the same meal. Yes, that is true. See you all soon. January, February. My wallet needs a vacation. Yeah, I get you there, David. And he's absolutely right. I used to like eating in Denny's in California and Arizona. It's a Denny's restaurant. And the coffee's fantastic. You go to Cheap Charlie. Coffee's equally as good, and the breakfast is fantastic. And it, like he says, it's 75% cheaper over here.
Oh, that's for sure. I mean, that breakfast there that I get, the 99
that $15 is your budget all day for food.
That's it. It's gone.
Yeah, for your breakfast and your dinner.
That's it.
Yeah, so you're getting 2 meals for under that. Yeah, so fantastic.
And I've got money left over.
Exactly. You got change.
Yeah.
Vandy Dandy says, I cashed out a 401k and bet $14,000 on Harris to win the popular vote. Will win $6K. Good luck on that one. We don't talk politics on here. So I don't want to go into politics. It starts arguments. Once you're retired here in Thailand, Vandy Dandy, you're not going to care who's president where, because the only thing you're going to care about, as long as I get my pension, my disability, my 401k, whatever it is that you're getting, then you're going to be happy here in Thailand.
Oh, most definitely.
You don't give a damn.
That's for sure.
I don't watch the news in America. I don't want to watch it. It's depressing.
I know.
Yeah.
I don't watch any of it, and I don't listen to it. Even when I was in Australia, if I was driving my car and the news come on, I turned it off.
Yeah.
And 5 minutes later, I turned it back on for the music.
Yeah.
And here, I've not seen any news.
Yeah.
I don't want to know about it.
No, you
don't care.
You're retired in Thailand. What the heck do you care about?
We're
what's
here
going
to
on
have
over
a good
there?
time. That's all it is. You never know what day it is over here, because every day is like a Sunday, and you've got no schedules to meet.
Yeah.
You
Alfa Romeo says, Tony, hope to see you during the Christmas holidays before you travel back to Australia. Pin says hello and looks forward to seeing you soon. Yeah, and say hello to Pin for us. We all love her and think she's fantastic.
Yeah, no, thanks, Alpha. I mean, it won't be till the end of January if I'm going. Well,
he's going to be here in December.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, he's going to be here.
Christmas.
Well, Mike Baker's coming back in December as well.
Yes, he is.
And Giovanni will be here.
Yeah.
So, the 3 of them will be here. So we'll have to, organise a race meeting down at the go-kart.
Ooh, don't say. Okay.
Alpha, I mean, he's a hard one to beat, mate,
Should we tell him now that we sabotaged his cart? And we put flat tires on there?
Well, when we get there, I'll speak to the operator guy and slip him 100 baht.
Should we pour some sugar in the gas tank?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Vandy Dandy says, I prefer paying cash to Thai doctors and dentists. Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
Dental insurance out here, not worth the paper it's
not
written
worth
on.
it. No.
It's cheaper just to pay cash.
Yeah.
You're going to make more of your money back than getting an insurance policy. Hospitals, on the other hand, I know people that self-pay, and then I know those that insure.
Yeah.
So it's completely up to you. And
that's right.
Yeah.
If you've got the money, like if you've got a bit of money that you can leave back home where it's making a little bit of interest for you, to me, you're better off self-insuring. The dentist, I mean, I had my teeth cleaned only about 2 months ago. It cost me 700 Thai baht.
$21.
$21.
That's cheap.
Back in Australia, you're looking at about $150.
In the States, it's $300.
Well, there you go.
Yeah,
right?
For cleaning.
So dental work,
crazy. Yeah.
Dental work over here for your average stuff, fillings or whatever, it's a no-brainer, mate. Like it's dirt cheap. And hospital, depending on what your problems are, if you've got some money back home, you can pay for it. It's cheap as
Yeah, most of the time I'm in the hospital and out the same day.
Yeah, well,
so I'm not staying overnight. And
No.
it's, I mean, God, the last time I was in the hospital, I was there for an ear infection. It cost me like $100. That was for the test, the cleaning of the ears, and, seeing the doctor and getting some medication.
Yeah.
Under $100.
Exactly.
Super, super cheap.
Well, I went there last week and followed you and Brooke to do the medical checkup, the full medical checkup. That cost me 2,790 Thai baht.
So about $90
That's
US.
Right. Exactly. So, and they do everything, and then that was in the morning. And then she booked me in the same day at 1:30 to come back and see the doctor. I saw the doctor. She went through all the thing, and she says to me, look, you're in perfect shape. Whatever you're doing, continue it. And like I said, I get up relatively early, about 5 a.m. in the morning, and I'm generally walking by about 6 a.m. So I like to walk very early in the morning when it's still, cooler, and it's a great time to walk. And she just said, how much water do you drink? And I said, well, I drink probably 2 to 3 liters of water every day. She said, keep the water up and don't do anything different that you're doing.
Yeah.
So,
And I got a shout out to give. Scott Richmond bought us 3 coffees and says, great show today. Thank you. And thank you, Scott. Really appreciate it. Tim R buys us 2 coffees and says, here you go, Coop. 1 for you and 1 for Tony. God bless you both, he says. So thank you, Tim. Thanks. And thank you, Scott. Much appreciated for the coffees.
That's right.
Coffee next time on me from Tim.
All right. Okay, cool. Yeah, good stuff.
Sylv Khan says, good day from Fremantle, Western Australia. Good to see you, Tony. What's the best phone plan to use from Australia and Thailand for banking and SMS texts? Thank you. Thanks. And do you set up Wisecard once in Thailand?
Okay. Well, I set my Wisecard up back in Australia quite a few years ago. I use AIS over here. And I've got I do like a 12-month plan. I just took Mark the other day to AIS in Central Pattaya because he was on a tourist sim. So we kept the same number, and he's got 5G, 40 gigabyte download. And then if you go over the 40 gig, it drops from 5G down to 4G, which is nothing. And he paid for 12 months. I think that was 6,000 Thai baht.
Yeah, so 500 baht a month, $15.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. My Aussie phone number, I've kept it with the Australian phone number because I do a pay by the month. You can leave it like no payments, temporarily suspended up to 6 months. And then on the 6th month, you've got to like top it up and get a month's worth.
Is it like a prepaid?
Yes, it's like a prepaid.
And what network was that with?
That's with Telstra in Australia.
Who?
Telstra.
Telstra.
Yeah, Telstra is the biggest. It's been the first network in Australia. Then Optus came out, and then Vodafone, and there's quite a few others now. And at the beginning, Optus was jumping off Telstra, but they gave them about 3 years to set up their own network and the towers. So I suspend mine for the 6 months, and then on the 6th month I go in and I top it up by $15, which gives me another 6 months to keep the number because I don't really want to lose the number. Just
and how much do you have to top it up by?
$15.
15 Australian.
Yeah. Just for that
and
month.
Then you'll get your text messages for your 2-factor ID for your Australian bank account.
Yeah, well, even with it not topped up, it lasts for it doesn't last for 6 months. It will last for the 6 months, but you will always receive text messages on your Aussie phone, whether you're using it or you're paying for it or
not. Now you got 2 phones or just a phone with 2
SIMs? 2 phones. No, 2 phones. I've got 2 Samsungs. One's got my Aussie SIM card in it, and this one here has got my Thai SIM card. So you'll always receive text messages, but people can't call you on that number because it'll be like disconnected.
Right.
And they can't send you picture messages, MSS or whatever you call it. Right. But text messages. So if you do anything online and they send you a code, it comes to your phone. And like mine's been dead now for 15 months. Sorry, 5 months,
Mhm.
and I'll be paying mine next month for $15.
So what do you
Just-
do if you want to call Australia then?
Well, look, I
Do
use
you have an app for that?
I use WhatsApp and Messenger is my two that I contact mostly back in Australia.
Yeah, that's
If-
to your friends and family. But
Yes,
what if you
but
needed to contact like a
if-
government
Yes,
agent?
if I need to,
company.
then I'll go into my Aussie phone,
Mhm.
and I'll go into international roaming
Right.
on the settings,
Uh-huh.
and I'll pay $15,
Right.
and that gives me, I think it's about 40 minutes talk time
Mhm.
and messaging and whatever. And then, touch wood, I haven't needed to call Australia for anything, to be honest with you. Yeah, no, I haven't made one phone call back to Australia, but I know I can go into my settings and then transfer from my Aussie.
So
bank
you can
account.
switch it on and off
Yeah,
anytime you
yeah,
want.
exactly.
Okay, that's great. There you
You know,
go.
so,
There you go,
yeah.
Silcon. That's why we have different nationalities on
Yeah.
here, so they can give you advice
Yeah,
about
yeah.
how they do it. Live and learn what Mike says. Tony, I was in Malta this summer after 17 years being away. How crazy it has become like America. I'm selling my things and moving to Pattaya.
Yeah.
It will be great to have a Maltese friend in Thailand.
Yeah, no,
there you go.
fantastic. Yeah, no,
You guys can speak a language. Nobody will know what the hell you're talking about.
Yeah, well, and
Hey, that Cooper, I'll tell you what he's really like.
and I love it, because I don't get to use it that often,
Mhm.
So as much as I still know it, like it's good when you come across somebody. Like, see, my parents had a thing. Anybody came to our house
Mhm.
that didn't understand Maltese, at the beginning, mum and dad would speak broken English, and occasionally I'd have to explain something in Maltese to mum or dad.
Right.
But mum and dad had this thing: if they don't speak Maltese, they ceased,
Right.
and they tried the hardest.
They kept their
could.
mother tongue.
Yes.
Yeah.
When they weren't, when it was just us, mate, all we spoke at home was Maltese. So that's why I learned it so fluently.
Yeah,
When I was back in Malta, I mean, everyone speaks English in Malta, but it was good, because I could talk to all the locals and whatnot, and they go, "Oh, yeah, you're Maltese," and I go, "Yeah."
Yeah.
They go, "Oh,
Australian that can speak
yeah.
our language. Wow.
Exactly.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dave Geyser says, I've never been to Thailand when I moved here. Took my last chemo, and a week later, I was moving into my condo. Decided where I wanted to live by watching Cooper's video. And he's a happy chappy, living a good life over here.
He was at the last meet and greet.
Yeah, and he came with us for the bike ride down to
That's
Bangkok. You were supposed to come, but you were feeling a little bit crook.
Yeah, I was crook. Yeah,
feeling a little bit under the weather.
Unfortunately.
But yeah, Dave is a great guy.
Oh, that's great. I mean,
and he's enjoying it. He's never been to Thailand before, just only watching our videos and speaking to us and people on the Facebook group. And he made the big move.
And there you go.
And he loves it.
There's a gentleman that's just done it out of the blue.
Yeah.
And and I hope that is your last chemo, mate. I hope so and I hope God's watching over you. So yeah.
Frank T says, Tony, as security, how can you keep track of all those monitors?
Yeah, pretty easy. You got a joystick.
I've seen them. You got like 50 monitors there, and it's
all
like,
around you.
How do you concentrate on all of them at the same time?
Well, you don't concentrate on all of them. What you do, you've got a panel, and you can switch the main monitor, and you've got a joystick to be able to move what we call PTZ cameras, which you can turn 360, and you can zoom in and whatever. So you're sort of like scouting through the different departments and the different cameras, and when you spot something, then you'll set that camera up over there onto that, and you'll set a couple around that area, and then you'll sort of be watching that, and then still skating through, and then if you pick up on something, then you bring it back here, and then you're monitoring that person with all the cameras. So you'll have an aisle, and generally you have a camera at the back, camera at the front, and then a camera at both sides.
Right.
So technically and legally, you're supposed to set all those cameras up, because if someone grabs an item in that aisle and they put it down their pants, right? If you lose continuity off them, and they turn that corner and they pull it out and put it on the shelf, and that loss prevention guy who's lost continuity of them thinks that he's still got it. Now, if you apprehend him outside and he doesn't have it, you're up you know, you're in dire strait. Because,
Really?
yeah, you've made a false arrest.
Ah,
It's a false arrest. So that's
so
why.
they can sue for that?
Oh yes.
Oh, wow.
Yes,
Okay.
but not, people don't know about it. You know, I mean, they kick up a stink. But on CCTV, there was only 2 people that you would trust on the cameras. That was myself and Daniel, who was Croatian, who trained me up when I first started. And mate, when we had other loss prevention guys, because we did it in shifts, and somebody would come along and say, because we use our mobile phones, we had uniform guards on 2 ways. And he'd call you up and he'd say, Tony, you know, blah, 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 the POW, wearing blah, 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 just selected and concealed, you know, apprehend. Right? I'd call Daniel up. I say, mate, forget it, you know, because they don't know how to work the cameras. And if that person walks out,
that's where I see somewhere like AI could help in the future.
Yes,
because AI, they'd be able to recognize somebody stealing it straight away and flag it.
See, when we bring them back to lockup, because we've got a couple of little cells down in our office, so you've always got to have somebody sitting out the front monitoring that person so they don't do self-harm. The first thing you ask when you come back is, do you have anything on you that you can harm yourself or harm me? Right? Then we ask them, you know, to empty their bag out. Now, we can't touch any of their stuff. You can't do a search on them or in their bags. Only the police can.
Right.
So you have one person there monitoring while the other person's doing the fact sheet.
Right.
And then burning the footage for the police for when they come. You know, anything under 50 Australian dollars, we just do a report. We give them a banding notice. But, you know, we'd post our photos to all our stores, but it's impossible to monitor.
Yeah.
You know, they could be back
again. AI will be able to do digital facial recognition, and
as soon as they come in, you've got them. Yeah.
So they don't go do it to your next chain down the road.
That's correct. Yes. Yeah.
Damon Burgeon says, Tony, it's called acute awareness syndrome.
Yeah. That's what my boss used to say. He said, you don't seem to miss much, do you? I said, well, I don't know, you know, like I'm focused. Like even when I watch TV, like you've got the main actor, but I'm looking around the picture because everyone focuses on that person, but you don't see what's happening around you, you know? So I see it all. Yeah, it's funny.
Vandy Dandy, I answered the phone at the IRS. Bern says, Bern from China. I'm actually a German dude. Service, wie geht es dir? Living for many years in China. Good to know that I can have some words to coop in German. Yes, you can.
Yeah, definitely.
I lived there for 5 years and I can speak the language.
Yeah, exactly. You speak fluent German. So that's great.
St. Moritz says, hi guys. The streamers IPTV, yes. You get every movie and almost every channel in the entire world, $10 a month. I did have IPTV St. Moritz for a year. But what I found is at times of the day, it was buffering and just spinning around. And it was crashing. And when I'm watching a sporting event, I don't want to see that.
That's for sure.
So I switched over because too many people are on it at the same time and it slows it down. So I changed from IPTV and I went over to Wiz TV, exactly the same price. You know, it's like $10 a month and fantastic. It's under, I think it's about $100 for the year. I paid $3,000.
That's US.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whereas Wiz would be 120. IPTV would be 120.
Yeah.
But so they're both very similar in price, but I just found the other one better.
Yeah.
Hunter Orion says, good morning, Cooper, Darlene, and Tony. Just booked at Dusit Grand Part 2 for my exploratory trip in January. Move dates based on assumption. The meet and greet will be on January 28th. It'll be the 4th Tuesday of January.
That's right.
So whatever that is, I don't have that in my head. But if that's what it is, if there's no 4th Tuesday in January, maybe the 28th is the first. Let me look for you, Hunter, and I'll be able to confirm it for you, brother. 1 second. Bring up my calendar. And I will tell you what it is. December, January. Where's Tuesday? Is there 1, 2, 3, 4? 28th. Yep, absolutely correct. So that will be our meet and greet in January.
Yeah, no, it'd be
So
good to meet him and help
yeah.
him out in
Yeah.
any way we can. Yeah,
Yeah, no
for sure.
problem. More the merrier. Benny says retirement in Thailand sounds great, but what happens when you're too old to look after yourself? Well, that is an upcoming video that we're working on.
Yes.
And a lot of people, what they do is they get a home care nurse.
Yep.
Because it is super cheap, Benny. And then they have care homes here too.
Assisted living.
Assisted living, where you live there at the care home, just like we got in the West. And your room, your board, your food is all included in the staff that look after you.
Yes.
So there are those two options. I want to do it into two-part video. One where I interview some of my subscribers that are actually using the nurse.
Yep.
And film a bit of what that's like and
Yep.
the cost involved. And then the second part will be of assisted care.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, but the thing is, I mean, like these assisted homes, it's like a condominium complex like we're in here.
Yeah.
And they've got everything there, and then you can have a full-time carer stay with you.
Mm-hmm.
You can have a carer that comes in for say 4 or 5 hours each day. They've got pools. They've got like a little medical center. And they've got a gymnasium. They're unbelievable.
I haven't been yet.
You
I need to
haven't?
go, but
Yeah.
they've asked me to come back in low season.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because,
So it'll be after April when I'm able to make that video.
yeah, because that Les from Rayon
Mm.
retired and living the dream. He done one there last year,
Mhm.
and it's just the complex is amazing.
Yeah.
And the rooms, I mean, you can get a 1-bedroom, a 2-bedroom, whatever you want. You can buy it outright, or you can pay it, monthly,
Mhm.
and then you can leave it to your loved ones. So it's like living in Dooset, except you've got
All the help there on
yeah,
site that you
all
need.
the help.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Fantastic.
absolutely fantastic. It's brilliant.
And Benny sends us an
Super
Australian $4
Oh.
super sticker. Thank you, Benny. God bless you, brother.
Thanks, buddy.
Much appreciated. Alfa Romeo says, Tony, we're all looking for your guest appearance on Dancing with the Stars. Thai edition, of course. Pin mentioned she needs a few Montana dance lessons if you have the time. Much appreciated, mate.
Mate, anytime, because another passion of mine in Australia, I started up a dance school.
So what do you do on the pole dance? You do the old flash and
No,
spin, or
no.
you do the old twerking?
No, none of that. I actually taught rock and roll for about 5 years, a couple of nights a week. And
What, rock and roll dancing?
yeah, rock and roll
Well,
dancing.
like all the spinning and all that?
all
Oh,
that.
yeah. I tried that for 1 year.
I used to be able to do the lifts and that, but
Yeah.
now with my 2 back operations, I don't do any of that. And there's certain moves that I can't do. But yeah, like I've always loved dancing, and I joined a dance school, and within about 4 months, we had a big competition happening, Australasian South Pacific tournament, and my dance teacher wanted me to go into this competition. And I said, well, I've only been learning for 4 months. She said, no, I want. And I was talking to a couple of the other students who'd been there like 12 months, 18 months. And I said to them, are you guys in the National South Pacific tournament? They didn't even know what I was talking about. So the following week, I spoke to my teacher. I said, Paula, I've been talking. She said, look, Tony, this is my school. She said, you are a natural. She said, and I'm not putting people to represent my school that. And I said, what do you mean? She goes, you're a natural. She said, I'm teaming up with a younger girl. She was only about 19. And we actually competed, and we came third in our category.
Not bad.
Yeah.
Well done.
Which was fantastic. But I'd never do it again. It was just so much politics and crap behind the scenes and everything. All the judges are in with dance.
Well, I've heard something through the grapevine, and actually, I think I'm going to put this mission onto you. I heard from a Thai person that there's a dance school out here in the area.
Okay.
And I don't know where it is, but a lot of Thai single ladies go there.
Okay.
And they love the rock and roll dancing.
Oh, yeah.
So it's somewhere out here. I don't know where it is,
Okay,
but it'd be maybe a good place to, for a bunch of our single subscribers that want to go there and meet Thai women and go dancing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Look, I'll give you an instance. I had a couple we'd come in to this club, and we had the dance floor for a couple of hours, and the husband had had a stroke, so he had no movement on his left arm. Right, he was just basically stiff there. And I got talking to him one night, because they were there nearly every night, and I said, why don't you just get up and learn? And she said, oh, we can't, because my husband's had a stroke and he's got no movement in his left arm.
It's sort of like me with my right arm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I said, let me say something. I said, next week, come along and I'll give you and your husband 2 free lessons, right? And if you pick it up, which I know you will, then attend my class. They were $10 a lesson, right, for 1 hour, which always went over. Come along. And I taught them, and I taught her how to use his shoulder as a push-off for her to do the spin and come back and then grab his right hand and do the moves.
Okay.
And after the first lesson, she said, this is incredible. Then the second time they came, and she said, we're coming, we're going to pay. And they came for lessons for about 7-8 months. And it was towards the end of I was stopping dancing, and whatnot. I saw them a couple of years later, and they pulled me up in the shopping centre, and they said, Tony, you brought a big change in our life. She said, and through you, she said, we're out dancing 2-3 nights a week.
Yeah.
I said, oh, that's fantastic. Actually,
that's
really
great.
Tears
yeah,
to my
that
eyes,
is great.
I thought,
I agree.
Yeah, it's fantastic. Yep. So, men in general have got 2 left feet, but you can teach anybody to dance. It's simple.
Yeah.
The footwork is simple.
Yeah.
And then the moves just follow.
Yeah.
You know.
Shout out to Ovarn Larson, who just bought us a coffee. Thank you, Ovarn.
Thank you, bud.
Much appreciated, brother. Stuart H says, hi, Cooper and Tony. Which hospital did the $90 checkup? And has any availability for 1 month only cropped up at Dusit 2? So which hospital did you go
I went to John Tiem Hospital.
Which is the one me and Brooke go to.
That's right. Yes, exactly. Yep.
Yeah. So the Jump Tien Hospital is here in Jump Tien on
Sukhumvit Road.
Correct.
Mate, you just go in, take your passport with you. They'll make an appointment. They give you a slip. You go down to the appointment counter. They'll book you in for the following morning. And then you come back the following morning. You do your testing. And then they book you in for that afternoon to come back and see your results and see the doctor. Yep. Very straightforward and easy.
So good and slick.
Yeah. But make sure you take your passport with you, because they want to see that every time you go.
Yeah. And another shout out to Hunter Ryan, bought 3 coffees and says, sharing my Saturday coffee with the CTA crew. God bless you, Hunter. Thank you so much.
And as far as Stuart's second question, like, is there any 1 month at Dusit 2?
Well, I've spoken to the developer, Joe.
Yeah, Joe.
And he said they're fully booked until April. But that's only the rooms that he controls.
That's right, yeah.
There are agents out there that do have rooms here available. So what I would suggest to you is go on Google search Dusit Grand Park 2 and, condo rental, and see what pops up.
Yeah, and also go and
find different agents.
Yeah, and also go into Marketplace and type in your search Dusit Grand Park 2, and there'll come up a lot of private people who are renting privately.
Yeah.
So that's another avenue.
Yeah. St. Moritz says, hey, Tony, say something in Maltese. I've never heard the language.
Okay. Kifenti, Shintaman il Layla, which means, how are you? What are you doing tonight? Issa iat ma habib tiai. Din namlu down a video. So I said, I'm with a friend of mine here doing this video. So, some words like video is not a Maltese word, you just say.
Yeah.
So it's very much similar to Arabic.
That's what it sounded like. Yeah, just now. Yeah.
I can understand a lot of Lebanese people because we go Wihet Tnei Klita Erba Hamsa. They say Wihet Tnei Klita Erba Hamsa, same as Maltese.
Right.
We say Kifinti, they say Kifek. So it's
a lot of similarities.
Yeah.
Sort of like the Philippines and Spanish. They have a lot of similar words.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, because they were colonized by the Spanish.
Yeah. There you go.
There you go, St. Moritz.
Hey, that's going to cost you $100, all right?
Dave Geyser says thumbs up. Yes, please. If you're watching on the stream or the replay, hit the thumbs up. It's absolutely free and it helps boost the channel. 89 people watch it. Thank you.
Right.
Hunter Orlon says, thanks for confirming the 28th meet and greet is top of my must-do list. Thank you. Really appreciate that.
Look forward to catching up with you.
He'll catch up with me, Brooke, Mal, Tony,
Yep.
and the crew.
Yep.
Expired Passport Bro says, Tony, 3 days in Australia is hardly enough time to visit family and friends.
Now, like I just said, I'm not going there to visit family and friends. I'm catching up with one sister because, like I said, I've got 11 and I'm just going there to pick up my meds. I'll catch up with my sister, Kathy, and back out. No, because if they know I'm coming,
you're going to have stress and arguments.
Yes, and they're going to want to catch up for dinner, do this, and I don't want to spend 2 weeks there.
Yeah,
you know, if I didn't have to go, if I could do a workaround, and I'm still in the back of my mind trying to work something out with my doctor. If I can, I will. Yeah, because I don't really want to go back, but if I have to, I have.
I'm the same about America.
Yeah.
I don't want to go. I have no desire to go to the States.
None whatsoever.
Yeah.
You know, I speak to my family on WhatsApp, or we do video chats and all that sort of stuff. You know.
Yeah.
I don't want to. You know.
If they want to see me, they can come over here.
Well, that's it. Yeah.
Username at 123 says, "Can you show me how those
what
tits?" I don't know who that is, but that person is just getting blocked.
Yeah.
So.
Username.
Yeah, he's gone.
It's fine.
Yeah. Shouldn't have happened there. Darlene, moderate. Edwin Thomas Sr. says, "What's up, fellas? I hope all is well." All is good, Edwin. Thank you. Alpha Romeo at Montana, not the dirty dancing moves. I got that covered.
Yeah, I bet you have, mate.
Yeah, that's your job.
Yeah, exactly.
William says, "Hello, Cooper, Tony, and wonderful moderator Darlene and everyone in the chat. Cooper, next time when I'm coming to Thailand, I want to ride a scooter, but I have a big head. Are there big helmets there?" Yes, there are.
Yes.
I found them up to 3XL.
Yep.
The one I wanted for the camera mount that I've got, so I can make some more videos driving, they only go up to 1XL.
Okay.
So I've got to go back to Bangkok at some point and get it direct from the manufacturer, where they can make it specifically for my size, which is good too. Yeah. So
Lamore, he's quite African American. He's got quite a large head.
Yeah.
I can't think of the name of it. But there's a place that I've been to down here. I don't even know the name of the road, but they've actually got large helmets. And he went there because he bought my old bike off me.
That's right, yeah.
And his wife ordered one off Lazada, which didn't fit him, so he sent it back. He went there and he found one to fit him.
Yeah.
So they actually had one there, so he bought it.
Yeah, you can get them.
Yeah.
St. Moritz, I was going to say it sounds a bit Arabic.
Yeah.
Beautiful language.
Yeah. It is.
It is a nice language. Yeah. Ford Dog, this has been a fascinating interview. Your genuineness comes through on the screen. And when I finally get out there, it would be an honor to meet you, seeing how Coop's paying Bitcoin to the moon. And thank you, Ford Dog. Yeah, I haven't forgot you. We did a $300 investment together.
Oh, that's right.
Bitcoin.
Yeah.
And it's doing well. It is doing well. Alfa Romeo says, another great is Tony. Thanks for your time and sharing. Unfortunately, I have house chores to do before the cold weather arrives. See you all for Christmas, and see you. And thank you, Romeo, for coming on.
God bless you, mate.
Brian Barber says, I used to work with some Maltese guys in Libya. They could understand some Arabic from their language. I picked up some Arabic from the length of time I spent there.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I know a few words in Arabic, not a lot. Darlene knows a lot.
Oh, okay.
Because she used to work for Arabs in Kuwait.
That's
I was working for the American military, so I didn't really have a lot to do with the local people. Expired passport, bro. So it says, how much is blood pressure medication in Thailand? Cheap as chips in Oz, around $7 for 30-day supply.
Yeah, well, that's right. That's if in Oz, if you're paying it, it's $7.
Yeah, that's per prescription, like the UK and Australia do. Yeah,
I get it for $2.20. It's not actually free, but it's that cheap. Whereas I'm on 2.5 milligrams blood pressure, which is very low. But over here, the smallest one you can get is a 5 milligram, but then you cut it in half. But again, that was like $70 for 30 days.
Right.
So, you know, I can't justify buying anything over here.
And do you know how much it was here for the blood pressure medication?
Yeah, $70 over here. $70.
Yeah.
Whereas back at home, I think I pay $2.50 because I have a government concession card.
Yes.
So I get a massive big discount on that. But
Yeah.
in normal pricing it's $7.
Okay.
For 30.
Yeah. Bravo29 says, great conversation. Take care all. And thank you, Bravo29. Yeah, we're almost at 2 hours, so we're going to be wrapping this up.
Really?
Yep. Benny says, I have no desire to live here in Australia. It's just way too expensive. I hear that a lot. But I have 2 more years before I can retire. Have started looking for pool villa and condo to buy. Smart man. Okay. That's exactly what I want to do. And when that 99-year lease comes out, I'm going to jump on it.
Exactly.
That is a no-brainer right there. Malcolm Hawkins says, Brooke says, beep, beep. Shut up, both of you. Giovanni Pola says, have you guys heard anything about the 60-day entry visa finishing in mid-November, or is that bullshit? Bullshit.
Yeah.
It is not finishing.
No.
They said that they were initially going to bring it in for 6 months and do it for a trial basis. That 6 months has expired, and they're still doing it. So no, there's no plan in there to stop it. No. And they were just coming into high season, so there's no way they're going to stop it anytime between now and April. So,
And I think Tim Newton mentioned not long ago that they're not going to do away with it because, you know, tourism is so low. And in fact, I don't think this high season is going to be as high as it normally gets. So they want everybody here. You know, they need the money.
Exactly. So I wouldn't take too much into that, Giovanni. Expired Passport Bro comes in with the last comment and says, $70 sounds like robbery. Might want to shop around. Well, $70 here is damn cheap. If you were in America, buddy, you'd be paying several $100s. Exactly. So if you didn't have Medicare, you'd be paying several $100s in the US.
And look, I shopped around. I went to at least 7 or 8 different pharmacies around here. I even went to the hospital, and it's you know, and I asked, I want the generic brand, like your Thai brand, and I said, forget it. You know, I can't afford that sort of money. So I'll just fly back home, get 12 months supply of each of my meds and bring it all back here.
Yeah, good way of doing it.
It is. Yeah, most definitely.
Yeah. Okay, that's it from Tony, Montana, and Cooper. Thank you all for watching. It's been a fantastic live stream. Tony, thank you for coming on and joining us, sharing your story with us, your 5 years experience in Thailand, what you did for work in Australia, and what your thoughts are after 5 years here, which is actually 3 years longer than I've been here. So fantastic. And you're still loving it, and you can't find anything wrong with it.
No, not at all, mate. And thanks again for having me on. It's been a pleasure. I didn't know what to expect. It's the first time I've ever done this sort of thing. But, I've really enjoyed it. And, you know, like I said, if you're out here and you see me about or the meet and greet, you know, if I can help you out, just ask the question, man. You know.
Yeah, that's what we're here for. And at the meet and greet, I encourage everybody to download the Line app. And then share with our subscribers of Boots on Ground, so you got people that you can instantly contact and you got an instant friend. Yeah, and that really helps everybody. Thank you, Tommy Lee. Thank you, Benny. Thank you, Malcolm. And thank you, Tommy Lee again. And thank you, Mike. Until next time, wherever you are, good morning, good afternoon, good evening.
And God bless you all.
Stay tuned.
Bye-bye.